The 75th anniversary of the Canadian International Air Show was meant to be a joyous occasion. Held in Toronto from August 31st to September 2nd, 2024, it promised a thrilling display of aeronautical prowess. The event drew large crowds eager to witness daring aerial maneuvers and marvel at powerful aircraft. However, the festivities were overshadowed by a wave of controversy. Protests erupted over the event's glorification of militarism, its environmental impact, and its potential to trigger trauma. This year, the roar of the engines was matched by the clamor of dissent. Despite the controversy, the Canadian International Air Show showcased a breathtaking array of aircraft. This annual event, held against the stunning backdrop of the Toronto skyline, brought together aviation enthusiasts from all corners of the globe. The air show featured a diverse lineup of aircraft, from vintage warbirds to cutting-edge fighter jets, each one demonstrating the incredible advancements in aviation technology over the decades. The Canadian Forces Snowbirds, a crowd favorite, amazed spectators with their signature formations and precision flying. Their synchronized maneuvers, executed with flawless precision, left the audience in awe. The Snowbirds' performance is not just a display of skill, but also a testament to the rigorous training and teamwork of the pilots. Each formation, whether it be the iconic 9-plane diamond or the thrilling solo passes, showcased the Snowbirds' dedication to excellence. The roar of their jet engines echoed across the city as they painted the sky with trails of red and white smoke. These vibrant smoke trails, a signature element of their performance, added a dramatic visual element to the show. The red and white colors, representing the Canadian flag, filled the sky, creating a sense of national pride among the spectators. The combination of the roaring engines and the colorful smoke made for an unforgettable sensory experience. Adding to the spectacle was a P-51 Mustang, a vintage warplane from World War II, a testament to aviation history. This iconic aircraft, with its distinctive design and powerful engine, served as a reminder of the bravery and innovation of the past. The sight of the Mustang soaring through the sky evoked a sense of nostalgia and respect for the pilots who flew these machines in combat. Its presence at the air show bridged the gap between past and present, highlighting the evolution of aviation technology. Modern fighter jets also took to the skies, showcasing the speed and agility of contemporary military technology. These state-of-the-art aircraft, with their sleek designs and advanced avionics, demonstrated the cutting-edge capabilities of today's air forces. The high-speed passes and tight turns of these jets left the audience breathless, illustrating the incredible advancements in aerodynamics and engineering. The contrast between the vintage warbirds and the modern jets highlighted the rapid progress in aviation over the past century. The Red Line Airshow's team captivated the audience with their aerobatic expertise, their planes twisting and turning through the air in a ballet of daring maneuvers. The pilots' skillful handling of their aircraft, combined with the precise choreography of their routines, created a mesmerizing display of aerial artistry. Each loop, roll and spin was executed with perfect timing, showcasing the pilots' exceptional control and coordination. The Red Line team's performance was a highlight of the air show, leaving spectators on the edge of their seats and applauding in admiration. However, the display of military might was a source of deep unease for many. Protests erupted throughout the city, organized by anti-war groups, concerned citizens, and those directly impacted by military conflict. They argued that showcasing fighter jets and military helicopters glorified war and normalized violence. For many, the air show was a painful reminder of the human cost of conflict. The roar of the engines evoked memories of bombings, and the sight of fighter jets brought back traumatic experiences of war zones. Protesters argued that the event was insensitive, particularly to immigrants and refugees who had fled war-torn countries. Adding their voices to the chorus of dissent were military veterans and victims of war. They spoke out about the triggering effects of the air show, highlighting the trauma associated with the sounds and sights of military aircraft. For them, the event was not a celebration, but a stark reminder of personal loss and the horrors they had witnessed. Veterans suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder found the experience particularly distressing. The noise, the visuals, and the overall atmosphere of militarism exacerbated their symptoms, causing anxiety, flashbacks, and emotional distress. Their stories served as a poignant reminder of the invisible wounds of war. Section 5. The environmental cost of aerial spectacle. Beyond the ethical concerns, environmental activists highlighted the ecological impact of the airshow. They gathered in significant numbers, holding signs and chanting slogans to raise awareness about the detrimental effects of such events on our planet. Their message was clear. The spectacle in the sky came at a high environmental cost. The aircraft, heavily reliant on fossil fuels, emitted significant amounts of greenhouse gases, contributing to climate change. Each jet, with its powerful engines, burned through vast quantities of fuel, releasing carbon dioxide and other pollutants into the atmosphere. This not only exacerbated global warming, but also had immediate effects on air quality. Noise pollution was another concern, with the roar of the jets disrupting local wildlife and impacting the quality of life for nearby residents. The deafening sounds caused distress to animals, leading to changes in their behavior and habitats. For people living close to the event, the constant noise was more than just an annoyance. It was a source of stress and discomfort. Critics argued that the airshow's celebration of aviation technology was at odds with the urgent need to reduce carbon emissions. While the event showcased the marvels of modern engineering, it also highlighted a disconnect between technological advancements and environmental responsibility. The juxtaposition of cutting-edge aircraft with the pressing need for sustainable practices was stark. They pointed to the event's carbon footprint as a stark example of the environmental costs associated with such displays. Detailed charts and infographics illustrated the massive amounts of carbon emissions generated by the airshow, painting a grim picture of its environmental impact. These visual aids served as powerful tools in the activists' campaign, making the abstract concept of carbon footprint tangible and urgent. The airshow, they argued, was a symbol of outdated priorities in an era of climate crisis. In a time when the world is grappling with the effects of climate change, continuing to hold such events seemed irresponsible. The activists called for a re-evaluation of what we choose to celebrate and promote, urging a shift towards more sustainable and environmentally friendly practices. They believed that the future of aviation should focus on innovation that reduces environmental harm, rather than perpetuating practices that contribute to the problem. Section 6. A city-divided tradition versus conscience. The controversy surrounding the airshow exposed a deep divide within Toronto. On one side were those who viewed it as a cherished tradition, a celebration of aviation and a source of local pride. They argued that the event brought the community together, offered entertainment, and honored the history of flight. On the other side were those who felt the airshow was out of step with modern values. They questioned the glorification of militarism, the environmental impact, and the insensitivity towards those affected by war. For them, upholding tradition could not come at the expense of ethical considerations and social responsibility. Section 7. City Hall responds, navigating a divided public. Caught in the crossfire of this debate were city officials. They faced mounting pressure to address the concerns raised by protesters and concerned citizens, while acknowledging the cultural significance of the airshow and its economic benefits. They also recognized the validity of the ethical and environmental concerns. City council meetings became a platform for heated discussions, with residents voicing their support or opposition to the event. Some called for the airshow's cancellation, while others suggested modifications to address the concerns. The City Council found itself tasked with the difficult job of finding a compromise that would satisfy a deeply divided public. Section 8. The uncertain future of the Toronto Airshow. The 75th anniversary of the Toronto Airshow will be remembered not just for its spectacular aerial displays, which have always been a highlight for aviation enthusiasts and families alike, but also for the controversy that engulfed it. This year, the event faced unprecedented scrutiny and public outcry. It sparked a crucial conversation about the role of military events in a society increasingly aware of the human and environmental costs of conflict. Environmental activists and peace advocates raised their voices, questioning the necessity and impact of such displays. As the dust settles, the future of the Toronto Air Show hangs in the balance. The event, which has been a staple in Toronto's cultural calendar, now faces an uncertain path forward. Will it adapt to address the concerns raised, incorporating more environmentally friendly practices and perhaps even shifting its focus away from military displays? Or will it become a relic of the past, remembered fondly by some but ultimately left behind as society's values evolve? The answer likely lies in the ability of organizers, city officials, and citizens to engage in a meaningful dialogue, finding a way to balance tradition with the evolving values of a changing world. This dialogue will need to be inclusive, taking into account the voices of all stakeholders. Finding a way to balance tradition with the evolving values of a changing world. The future of the Toronto Air Show may well depend on its ability to innovate and respond to the concerns of a new generation, ensuring that it remains relevant and respectful of the times we live in. Long-time attendees reminisce about the golden days of the air show, sharing stories of awe and inspiration. Their memories serve as a reminder of the event's rich history and the joy it has brought to countless people over the years. Moving forward, the air show could incorporate eco-friendly initiatives such as carbon offset programs and educational segments on sustainable aviation. Community events that promote peace and environmental stewardship could also become a central feature. Ultimately, the goal will be to create an event that not only entertains but also educates and inspires, reflecting the values of a diverse and forward-thinking community. The Toronto Air Show's future is not just about preserving a tradition, but about evolving it to meet the needs and aspirations of today's society. As the City of Toronto looks to the future, the Air Show stands at a crossroads. Its path forward will be shaped by the collective efforts of all who cherish it, ensuring that it continues to soar high in the skies of tomorrow.